Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Jarrell Big Baby Miller is not happy because his fight with Derek Chisora fell through. And Miller blames one person, and that is his promoter and manager. Is it his manager or his promoter? Dmitry Salita. He says, and he's not been complimentary of Celita in the past. He said very scathing things about him, but he really went to town following the collapse of this fight with Chisora. He said, let me say this, the fight with Chisora is off. Chisora's a good dude. He wants to fight. I want to fight. The fight's off because this little piece of shit named Dmitry Salita, the dirtiest human being I've ever met in my entire life, and I've been around a lot of dirty motherfuckers, but Celita is the worst human being that's ever walked the planet. Known this guy since I was 16 years old. Him and his dirty-ass lawyer, John Wirt, are compulsive liars. Now my contract is up with him, but he's exercising his first and last right of refusal and blatantly made up an entire story to get more money out of me. Basically, extort me is basically what he did. Promoters wasn't having it. They want me to fight, but do not want to do business with this guy. DAZN should be ashamed of himself working with a man like this. This guy does absolutely nothing for fighters, nothing. All my fights that I got negotiated with is all on my own behalf. He likes to use my name to solicit it, to get other fighters to sign with him. And the only reason I signed with him was due to an old promotional contract, probably 11 years ago, that I did with my old trainer, Kenny Richardson. That's the only reason why, and ever since I've been dealing with trying to get out and figuring out how to deal with this nonsense. Okay. Well, as we know, Miller lost to Daniel Dubois last year, and then he came back and he had a majority draw with Andy Ruiz. A lot of people thought he beat Ruiz, but it was a good fight, actually, I've got to be honest. But all I've got to say, really, to Jarrell Miller is boo-hoo. You know, I couldn't give a fuck about this guy. I don't think he should even be in boxing. Let's not forget that he spent how many fights cheating, filling his entire body with PEDs, risking other fighters' lives in a sport which is already extremely dangerous. And we're supposed to have some sympathy for this punk. And that's what he is. He's a bum. He's a big guy, you know, and he can beat the crap out of most people. But, you know, in terms of being, in terms of morality, of moral fibre, he's nothing. He's absolutely nothing. He's insignificant, not a man at all, I don't think. To be a man, you've got to understand that sometimes you've got to do the thing that you don't necessarily want to do and the thing that is the hardest thing to do in order to do the right thing. And this guy's never done that. And the idea that he's now berating Celita, and Celita is, for all I know, he could be the most corrupt manager in the world. I've no idea, or promoter in the world. I've absolutely no idea. But I've got no sympathy for Miller because, you know what? It's kind of poetic justice, isn't it? That this guy, having spent almost all his career cheating and trying to get some sort of angle. And let's be honest, he's a big fella anyway. But he felt the need to sort of accentuate that by cheating to give himself even more of an advantage over other fighters. I have no sympathy for this guy whatsoever. None. And yeah, I think it's rather funny, actually, that he's now in the position he's in. I don't think he should even be allowed to earn money out of boxing. I don't think he should be in boxing. And do me a favour, if anyone's going to say, well, he served his time, he didn't serve anything. He didn't do anything. All right. He got away with it, and he keeps getting chances. And no promoter should be working with this bum, this sorry excuse for a man. So, no, Celita, I've no idea. I don't care about Celita, but I certainly don't care about Jarrell Miller. And I'm rather happy that he's under the cosh now. I think that's a good thing. It's a good thing because it shows that sometimes fate does dish out a little bit of poetic justice, which is not a bad thing, really. Not a bad thing. So Chisora, having lost the Miller fight, is now going to fight Otto Wallin, which is a curious enough fight because the styles are, opposite and not comparable. Wallin is coming off a bad defeat to Joshua. Did give Tyson Fury a hell of a fight. Cut him badly with a punch, not a headbutt. And so if his confidence hasn't been completely obliterated by being smashed up by Joshua, and he can go back to his boxing and has enough self-belief to deal with Chisora's on-rushing, marauding style, then he can win this fight. Will he win it? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it and have to have a think about it. But Chisora, of course, coming off that fantastic win against Joe Joyce. Prior to that, he beat Gerald Washington. So he's got 2 wins in a row, which in recent years is rare for Derek. But will people make Derek the favourite? They probably will, actually, thinking about it. You're only as good as your last fight and all that. But Derek is, what is he, 40 now? Otto is in his 30s. Yeah, it's a curious fight. It's a curious fight. Wallin isn't renowned for being in exciting fights, but Chisora is. So it'll be interesting to see who can grab the sophistic narrative and impose their style on the other. So that ain't a bad fight. I'm looking forward to that. All right. So anyway, what do you think about Miller, and do you care about him? Just if you got any comments, leave them below. Really. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. That will help us out a great deal. And also hit the like button if you don't mind, because they count the likes, so I'm told. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.